Actually, I'll have a lot of room in the neck area to put some motors. Necks are pretty thick. Although you do have the tubes coming through it. Well, that'll take up a lot of room too. I'll have tubes for him to be able to swallow ice. I'm thinking of a system where I utilize ice cubes to cool down the robot. So he'll actually eat the ice cubes and swallow them. And then the air that passes through his lungs will cross through the ice cubes and cool down the air like an air conditioning system. Now, he won't always need ice, only if he's about to do something really strenuous, like go jogging or maybe mowing the lawn on a hot day. He'll want to eat a bunch of ice to help intensify his cooling. Wouldn't the water kill the machinery? No, the robot's going to swallow the water. It's going to enter into a container in the chest, and when he breathes, it's going to pass through that container, and well, we're talking about the ice. Okay, so the ice will go into a container. When he breathes, the waters or the air is going to pass through the ice, cooling the air as it enters the artificial lungs. The artificial lungs will exhale the air into the body, into all the different chambers of the body. In order to cool the body, I'll also have vent lines leaving every chamber of the body and exiting either out of the ears or out of the nose. I have a serious question, Gardog. Why make a robot that has human limitations having eat ice to perform more strenuous tasks seems odd to me. Because he can't. He's gonna. Okay, so the limitation is the robot will have artificial skin, silicone skin, and so he needs to draw air into his body to cool himself down, and also exhale the hot air. He needs an air intake and exhaust mechanism, same as a computer. Also, the skin is good because it prevents dust from getting into the robot. Now, the issue then is, well, room temperature air going in, is that going to be enough to cool it? It's generating a lot of heat, and that heat is essentially trapped in a rubber suit. It's probably not enough. That's my fear. That's why I'm thinking of ways in addition to just air to cool him. One is an artificial sweat system, and one is having the air pass through ice cubes to create a sort of air conditioning system within the robot. The ice cubes would be generated still in a freezer, and he'd just swallow them. So he'd be able to replenish that, and it'd only be when he's going to be very strenuous. I feel that any type of system where he is like a radiator is pretty much out, because that's fairly heavy, and it needs fans, which can be fairly loud and heavy. And where would those fans go in a closed system in a body? I'd have to have a big hole in his back with a big fan blowing out of a radiator. I don't want a big hole in his back. I want him to appear to be a human. I want him to be able to wear human clothing, not human clothing with a big hole cut in the chest or in the back. So there aren't any cavities for the radiator exhaust to blow out. Also using a system with Freon and simulating an air conditioner, I guess I could look into that, although I haven't really considered it until just this moment. I do know more about air conditioners now. It's possible I could create my own air conditioning inside the robot's body and somehow tie that into the artificial lungs and the cooling system. But I feel it's a lot easier to have the robot just eat some ice cubes when he's going to need a lot of coldness generated to counterset all the heat being generated. Why ice cubes? Because my house has an ice cube maker. He could literally go in the kitchen any time of day, fill up a cup, and chug down the cubes. He'd just swallow them whole. He wouldn't need to chew them. So that's why ice cubes. They're available. you know, he's not going to go to the store to buy ice. He's going to be getting ice from the house. We have ice in the kitchen. That's where he's going to be getting it. Plus, if I were taking him to a road show or a robotics competition or whatever, and he needed to do some demonstrations for a crowd, I could pick up a bag of ice at a gas station while the robot's sitting next to me in the passenger seat as we drive there, probably in our autonomous car, and I can have the robot pop in ice cubes and eating them. Also, if he doesn't need too much ice, we could stop at a McDonald's. He could drink the water and then swallow the ice cubes from a free water cup. So the robot could actually replenish his ice for free at fast food drive-thrus.